ready? It's 44 degrees just before 9 a.m. Go ahead, Steve. Get out there. We have a lot to think about today. More than just the weather. It's November 11th, and today at 11 a.m., the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, is the anniversary of the armistice signed in 1918 to end, supposedly, the war that was going to end all wars. So we honor our veterans today and just pray that at some point maybe we'll find a way to end all wars. But at this time it seems like things are getting worse faster than they're getting better. So we try and breathe. I always used to say weather was the part of the news where hopefully you could relax a little bit. Kind of a relaxing appearance to our weather today, huh? Blue sky, blue water. The water is like a mirror for the sky. Some instability cumulus developing way out there over your head in Winthrop. And it looks like Everett above our burning bush. Shall we go and try and stand behind the burning bush and see if it blocks the wind? Well, I think that we have to bring Steve with us because he will run away. On windy days, the leaves make him all excited, moving of the leaves and everything. And now their lines are getting tangled. That's what happens. Lines get tangled. We got to try and stay in some semblance of order. I would say this is peak foliage for my backyard. I've only got these two things in the backyard. And I love the burning bush, the euonymus, the invasive euonymus. So over my left shoulder, we have high pressure that's moved into the Great Lakes. It's a very strong high. And what we're having today is colder air advection. We were in cold air advection yesterday. Colder air today. Mount Washington down to about, 7.5 degrees this morning. Wind chill, about 22 below zero. Picked up a couple inches of snow. And the snow guns are on areas that want to make snow, and they can stay on for the most part right until about Wednesday or so, I would say. So we have that going for us. Wintry weather here. But I want to show real big picture stuff this morning. It finally stopped snowing last night in Anchorage, Alaska, about 11 p.m. local. Our friend Ross Budd, he just happens to be there for this historic storm where about, 70 miles east of Anchorage, Thompson Pass in Copper River, Alaska, measured 87 inches of snow in about 36 hours. Astounding. Anyhow, that storm is now breaking into pieces. One piece of it's going to release and race across Canada and actually come into New England on Monday night. That's just a tiny piece. And then on Tuesday morning, a portion of that low, 1017 millibar low, is right over Cape Cod. And that could generate some more comments like, did they say it was going to snow? Monday night and Tuesday. But those are going to be spotty showers of snow or even rain at lower elevations, but definitely snow at the higher elevations. So some snow squalls Monday night. That's the next thing. All right, now widen out to the big picture here again and show that Alaska storm breaking into pieces. And part of it goes down off of California. And look at it. It just stalls west of California. I think that's the storm that we thought, at least the Euro implied, that's what we're looking at, the Euro, was going to come on shore and bring 5 feet of snow to California. But now it looks like that's just a storm that wants to stall off of California. Meanwhile, other pieces have ejected and are crossing the nation. And then finally that storm does come ashore south of California next weekend. And we may be dealing with that in New England in like 15 days or something like that. Meantime, close in, tighter picture. The Gulf of Mexico, watching the cold fronts that have brought an end to that record heat in the east. on the southern end of this high pressure system, the Gulf of Mexico, day after day of rain, multiple low pressure systems. Ultimately, by next, say, Thursday or so, one's breaking off and coming north. And that low is going to deepen. And for the first time in 4 weeks, we're going to have another storm in the Northwest Atlantic on a Saturday. And it's going to be a powering storm with a cold front coming at us from the west. But I think that the front from the west and the storm coming from the south are not going to phase in time for a blockbuster system here. But that would bring new cold back into New England. After a couple of days where the snow guns do go off on Wednesday, shut down. Not going off, but shutting down. On Wednesday and Thursday, it looks like we are going to get into some briefly warmer air, but nothing unusual. High barometer cold means it'll still be chilly at night. And just warm enough that it would be rain coming in here Friday into Saturday, changing to snow in the higher elevations. And then next Sunday, back to that, a lot of isobars here next Sunday, windy and cold, wintry weather here in New England. So the fact that this system coming at us on short term here on Monday night and Tuesday is sliding towards the southeast, indicative of a North Atlantic block. So we do have a bit of a negative North Atlantic oscillation, something we hope for around here when we want it to snow. It's a little bit more negative than it was forecast to be, and then it's really all over the board. We don't know what's going to happen to it the last week, Thanksgiving week here in the Northeast, but the fact that there is blocking indicates the possibility for a white Thanksgiving, parts of New England. Yesterday, another ski show, another weekend, another ski show. This one's called the Country Ski Expo. Big sale, lots of friends. Pee-wee, Bernie was there, made an appearance. He's the father of ski shows here across the nation, and especially in New England. He's a New Englander. Good to see you, Bernie, and everybody. Dan Egan signing copies of his book. All the friends from Vermont, New Hampshire. Like-minded people getting together, and I got to grab the mic for a couple seconds yesterday and try and give a whole winter forecast to people that really didn't they came there to shop, not to listen to me rant about, well, it's a different kind of El Nino this year. It's warm water not only in the Central Pacific, but North Pacific and South Pacific, and that means a very energized Pacific, and it's getting very cold at the North Pole, so it could be a really interesting winter. I think we're always optimistic in November. So anyhow, highlights from that. Oh yeah, and that tanker went by early yesterday morning. Leave you with some of that, and grateful to live in the United States of America, where one day, hopefully, we will have peace around the world. Anyhow, thank you for all who have served. Tommy and everybody. Peace. Talk to you tomorrow. It's about 10 o'clock on Friday morning. I just finished editing the time lapse of yesterday. There's the tugboat Independence and the tanker Turquoise. Just finished editing the time lapse of yesterday's arrival, less than 24 hours in port here. And I would assume the other tugboat Justice is on the other side of it. So I'll spare you the time lapse today. We're gonna go to the Country Ski Expo. Have some highlights of that. Pretty happening neighborhood over here in Hanover. Right on the other side of Planet Fitness, there's a Private's and a Square Cafe. The ubiquitous Route 53. Circuitous all across eastern Massachusetts. There goes a hawk flying above the oak tree. Some sky waves. You get your Tractor Supply right here. And also the warehouse for the Country Ski Expo happening 7 days ago. We had the Boston Snow Expo, and there was Virga. And what do you know? Virga again today. That is snow coming out of the cloud and evaporating before it hits the ground. Just the right ambiance, in my opinion. What are your thoughts? Don't care. Give me a French fry. First time here. rustic marlin too, whatever that means. It's kind of interesting. Wheelback ale. That's awesome.
Pretty cool, huh?
Everyone should have their own beer.
Yeah, I agree.
So we rate 21 plus
Friday early access.
K2 also makes helmets. K2 makes everything.
This is the phase helmet.
It looks so big from a distance, but my head's pretty big. Kind of snug. It feels solid. I like that it's warm. I just crunching my head. That's definitely not going anywhere.
You don't even have to put the strap on.
Everyone always asks me, what kind of skis should I buy? Well, I say K2. And they say, what kind of K2? And they say, well, you know, whichever one matches your outfit. And kind of tending towards this color outfit. I'm partial to mind benders and reckoners.
Every once in a while, jump on the M6s, particularly if I don't.
I want white. I feel like those would get lost.
You still going?
What's your name? Where you from?
Sal DePino, Trapski. We're
Sal,
from
what are you
Connecticut. We make ski racks here at Trapski. We manufacture everything in-house, all made in U.S. products
Where?
out of Deep River, Connecticut.
Deep River, Connecticut. That's a great name. It looks really good. So you can just put this right in the back of the truck, save space, save your skis, easy transport. Even the kids can do it.
That's right. It's really easy.
And how do we find your product?
Trapski.com.
All right.
TRAPSKI.com.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Things work out. This is what I'm wearing this year. Beautiful colors, fly low, you get your shell, you get your insulated. Kind of matches, right? I like these colors. You have to get new boots though, that's the thing. So what's this boot called?
It's called the Recon 110 Boa,
And what size?
27.5.
Yeah, it feels like snug, but just right.
This would actually match
So I'm
that.
kind of happy, and it would match that new fly low outfit. And
Nice.
Reckoner or Mindbender? I don't know, whichever one matches the boot.
Mindbender 96C.
Mindbender 96Z. That's where I'm going. So I'm just walking around, people say hello. Say hello, what's your name?
Mark Reddish from Weymouth. And I'm Greg Calkins from Braintree.
Greg and Mark, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You guys want to be on Out the Door Weather and More in the morning?
Absolutely. Always outdoors.
I'll give you the whole winter forecast.
All right. Look forward to it.
It's always good. We're always optimistic in November.
We should be.
Traditional ski boot, whether you know it or not, when you flex, an awful lot of the energy goes into the tongue and trickles to the lower.
Boots?
For one reaction.